The husband of Karen Ristevski has been charged with the murder of his wife. Borce Ristevski has been charged with 1 count of murder. The 53-year-old was arrested at 7:20 am today by the Missing Persons Squad. He will face Melbourne Magistrates Court this morning. It is understood police were advised at least a month ago there was sufficient evidence to charge. Ms. Ristevski went missing from her Oakley Drive home in Avondale Heights, where she lived with her husband and their 21-year-old daughter Sarah on the morning of June the 29th in 2016. Her remains were discovered under a log in bushland in the Mount Maisto Regional Park 8 months later, on February the 20th. The case has been punctuated with rumor and theory since the 47-year-old mother disappeared. Mr. Ristevski's brother claimed his sister-in-law fled overseas using a fake passport, while Mr. Ristevski's son from a previous relationship, Anthony Rickard, told various media outlets there was a conflict within the family and his stepmother had planned to leave his father. In June this year, almost a year after she went missing, police released CCTV footage of a black Mercedes-Benz SLK coupe traveling towards Mount Maisto on the morning of Ms. Ristevski's disappearance. Mr. Ristevski, who denied any involved in his wife's death, reportedly told detectives he had driven his wife's 2004 Mercedes-Benz coupe on the day she disappeared to test a faulty fuel gauge. He said the car hit a bump in the road and the problem fixed itself, so he turned around and returned home. Come June, missing persons detectives had fewer than 20 owners of cars to speak to about what they were doing on the day she went missing in a painstaking process of elimination in order to make sure the car caught on CCTV was Ms. Ristevski's. The couple were facing financial problems before her disappearance. Caveats had been placed on their $1.1 million family home by lenders, and Ms. Ristevski's fashion boutique Bella Blue, which had 2 stores in Taylors Lakes and Broadmeadows, had closed. Ms. Ristevski, who was mother to 21-year-old daughter Sarah, was farewelled in a funeral in Essendon. Mr. Ristevski was one of the pallbearers carrying her coffin, while their daughter led the procession carrying a framed photo of her mother. Her relatives paid tribute to her in February after her body was found, describing her as a woman who had been full of life and love. How a person such as Karen, so full of love, life and laughter, could be left, abandoned, discarded with no thought or emotion shown is unforgivable, her aunt Patricia Gray told Fairfax Media. Her cousin Lisa Gray had thanked police and said her aunt was a beautiful, kind, generous and loving person.